Welcome back for the second half here at the sunny destination that is the SRC Bonafica Stadium. England have got the second half underway and leading by a goal to nil, with Portugal leading against the Swiss by 1-0. Providing that stays the same elsewhere, if England can find a second and keep a clean sheet, then they will qualify. Otherwise it's Croatia that are going through, and England have a throw-in in the opening few seconds of this second half. Over on the left hand side, the sun has descended in the 15 minutes over half time quite considerably. There's just a little slither of sunshine away to our right, which is in the Croatia half, and that's where the ball is at the moment. England winning another throw. Conor Gallagher, in fact that's a free kick. Conor Gallagher sent toppling to the ground by Babic, and it's an opportunity to deliver the ball. I really don't get how Eberechi Eze is getting a nod ahead of Dwight McNeil with these free kicks. He's such a great deliverer of the ball, and every time Eze is coming in and pulling rank, but this time it is delivered brilliantly by McNeil, and a good header away by Franjic at the far post. But England have it back again with Aarons to this right hand side, from Skip to Jones. Jones checks back to Aarons on the halfway line. Aarons cutting inside, two black shirted Croatian players descending on him, so he looks back to his goalkeeper Ramsdale. Ramsdale finding the ever dependable Ben Wilmot. He's been as solid as a rock at the back there for England so far. Croatia 0, England 1. We've played just coming up to 2 minutes in the early stages of this second half. It's played forward by Wilmot, but on this occasion, he's unable to keep the ball in play. So Croatia have a throw, but they've gone backwards with it to the goalkeeper. Away to our right in this second half, and that's Dominik Kotarski. Onto the chest of the playmaker for England, Gallagher. That's a foul on Jones, edge of the penalty area. In fact, it's going to be a yellow card for Jones. Simulation in the eyes of the referee. No arguments from the Liverpool man. Went down a little too easily. So it's a yellow card for Curtis Jones in the early stages of the second half, and the England man is cautioned. Just having a look at the replay, I don't know, was he caught? Having a second angle here. No, he went down of his own accord, and that was a yellow card. Referee called it well. And Croatia have a free kick, which is taken quickly. It's long. Tanganga got the header away. Skip, Tanganga again. Blistering clearance from him, just shunted it as quickly and as ferociously as he could up towards the halfway line, where Croatia have picked it off again. And Sverko back to the goalkeeper Kotarski. He's not the most comfortable of goalkeepers with the ball at his feet, Kotarski. He sent that one out for a throw-in. Eberechi Eze stopped in his tracks by Ivanisevic, and Ivanisevic has been penalised. Handball, free kick to England. Now leave this. Eberechi Eze joined by the left foot of Dwight McNeil. This is left foot Dwight McNeil territory. Eze needs to move away. This is an area in which Dwight McNeil could cause horrendous problems for Croatia with the right strike. Why is Eze getting involved? This needs to be the left foot of Dwight McNeil. It's right of centre. It's perfect for Dwight McNeil. Goalkeeper is organising his wall. It's Eze. It's around the wall. It's a good save by Kotarski. And there's me saying it needed to be a left footer. It was a decent free kick by Eze. Around the wall. Milivojevic and Zaha often ahead of him in the queue. for those type of free kicks at Crystal Palace. In comes the corner. Goalkeeper came and flapped at it. It wasn't particularly good. Comes out to the left-hand side, and Curtis Jones teasing against Verco. It's Jones. Clips it to the back post. Oh, what a chance. And McNeil was ready to head it back across the goal and probably in. But Tanganga went for the ball at a stretch. And because he was stretching, he guided his header over the top of the crossbar. Why did he not leave it? Why did Dwight McNeil not shout for it? It was a good free kick in the first instance a couple of moments earlier from Eze, which forced a decent save from Kotarski. But two good moments there for England in search of that second goal. As the Croatians have had a couple of wobbly minutes, but they've now got themselves a free kick inside the England half. It's a chance to send up the two big central defenders. Vuskovic is up, Franjic has made the journey forward as well, giving England something to think about. It's going to be Sverko to take the free kick. Over on the far side, the Croatia right. The pitch was swamped in sunshine in the first half. That sunshine is restricted now to the roof of the stand on the far side. It's delivered in. Header away was a good one from Curtis Jones. Croatia deliver again, but no one in there really. Only Ramsdale, who scurries out of his 6-yard box, picks it up with his right hand and can quickly distribute downfield. 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. Still Croatia 0, England 1. Remember, Portugal are 1 goal up on Switzerland. A second England goal here would put England through, providing the Swiss don't strike back against Portugal. Remember, Portugal are already through. Eze to Jones, tries to help it on down the left-hand side towards Lloyd Kelly, who had made a good run forward. It's one back by Gallagher on the halfway line, gets there ahead of Morrow, lifts it into Nketiah, who does well to find Kelly. Kelly up against Zverko. Back to McNeil. McNeil twisting, turning, sending a deep cross into the penalty area. Stretching to get it away was Bradaric. Only as far as Aarons. Aarons to Curtis Jones. His shot takes a deflection and flies behind for a corner. It's good from England. They're applying the pressure. They've had the better chances in the early stages of this second half. Another chance here for Jones. Wicked deflection off of Bistrovic, and a corner for England, which is going to be taken by Dwight McNeil. Over on this near side, the Burnley man raises his right arm and he's going to spin this in with his left boot. It's a good delivery, a punch where a catch would have been the ideal solution from Kotarski. Now Jones tries to lift it back in, overcooks it, and it goes beyond everyone and out, in fact, for a throw-in rather than a goal kick. Croatia's coach, Igor Biscan, looks on at what has been a nervous start to the second half from Croatia. As things stand, they do go through in second place. But they are on top at the moment. England need that second goal. Croatia free kick. It's been charged down. Now Eze through the middle. Finds Nketiah. Nketiah with a goalkeeper to beat. Has played it straight at the goalkeeper. Used the instep of his right boot. Slightly left of centre from 10 yards out. Keeper to beat. It wasn't the greatest of finishes from Nketiah, who is usually prolific for the England under-21s. Needed to lift it. Needed to open up his body more. The shot was easy for Kotarski to make the save. And with 10 minutes gone in the second half, England have had openings to find the second goal. Wilmot, long ball over the top, watched carefully by Franjic, back to his goalkeeper Kotarski. Kotarski takes his time, picks the ball up slowly after eventually being closed down by Eze. England's injuries, when you look at the list, well, we've got 6 that are missing because they are full internationals now that are also under 21. Here come the hosts, the opposition Croatia, not the hosts of course, as keep thinking of them as hosts as they are actually officially the first team on this fixture. Here they come again with Ivanišek. It's played forward by Bradarić, who does like to get forward from the left back position. Crunch and challenge by Eze. It's not his repertoire normally to get stuck in, but he did there. And this is Vuskovic, knocked wide by Bistrovic, who's come into a more central position. Now Zverko to the edge of the penalty area, but it's been taken off of him by McNeil. McNeil just rolls it down the line, and it's played inside to Skip by the skipper, Nketiah. Nketiah continues his run down the left-hand side, just too heavy for him, and it goes out of play for a throw-in to Croatia. But that was a good dynamic run forward involving Gallagher for England. 56 minutes gone, Croatia 0, England 1. But England need that second goal to put themselves in a position where they could qualify instead of Croatia. It's almost like knockout football now, but they need that second goal. Still 1-0 in the other game involving Portugal under 21s, the table toppers in this group. They've already got 6 points and they're all out for 9 points out of 9. If they can beat the Swiss, they've beaten them by 1-0. Here's Nketiah twisting and turning up towards Eze, whose first touch in a tight situation wasn't great. Allows Vuskovic to step across, but his clearance was poor. Deep delivery coming in from Curtis Jones up towards Eze, and it was headed over the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick, but he was under pressure there from 6 yards out. Curtis Jones came off the defender, and that goes over the crossbar, but he was leaning, and a free kick has been given against Curtis Jones. 13 minutes gone, Croatia 0, England 1. England under 21s, if nothing else, have salvaged a little bit of pride. They've made 6 changes tonight, some forced by injury. The likes of Aarons, Jones, McNeil, Kelly, Gallagher and Wilmot all coming in. They've all done themselves proud tonight. They've had their chance, Croatia, but shot was saved brilliantly by Ramsdale in the first half off of Ivanišek. But other than that, England have been the dominant force. Here's Wilmot. Good header from him. Out wide on the right-hand side is Spikic. Cutting inside Babic. Helped on by Moro. It's back with Ivanišek. Ivanišek finding Bradarić. Bradarić takes a tumble. It's a good challenge by Aarons. Aarons looks up and just coaxes it down the line to Nketiah. Nketiah are 2 players right in front of him with his back to goal, deep inside his own half. He's ended up giving away a throw-in, which is taken quickly by the Croatians and by Franjic. Franjic finding Vuskovic. Vuskovic to his defensive colleague Franjic. Bradarić back to Franjic again, who's happy to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. They are content sitting on what they've got at the moment, Croatia, but if they concede a second, they'll have to start chasing. Croatia 0, England 1, Portugal 1, Switzerland 0 in the other game. England win by 2-0 and the other game stays the same, then England will qualify in second place, but they're currently still bottom of the table. Eze finding Aarons. Aarons looks up, plays it in. Gallagher with a good dummy. Gallagher continues his run. Nketiah has found him. Gallagher pulls it back. It eludes anyone in white. And it's the black shirts of Croatia that get the ball away from Zerko. It's all very nervous. Skip picking up the loose ball. And now the busy Curtis Jones hoists a long ball over to the right-hand side, and Aarons attacking and then getting the ball into Nketiah, returns it towards goal from virtually standing on the penalty spot, and it forces a comfortable save from Katarski in the Croatia goal. The Ajax goalkeeper making the save on only his 4th appearance in the colours of Croatia under 21 level. Big goal in the other game in this group. Switzerland 0, Portugal 2. Trincao has just scored on the hour mark, and that means now England are almost certainly relying on their own destiny in their own hands, because Portugal are going to beat the Swiss, barring a big Swiss comeback. And it's going to be a case of, can England find a second goal and hold on? They've been the dominant force. We've just hit the hour mark here in Copa. England 1-0 up, Portugal 2-0 up. It's all going to plan. It just needs that second England goal. But it's the Croats on the attack at the moment, but a foul on Gallagher. Gallagher is given the free kick. The man penalised is Dario Vasinga, who plays in Austria for Wolfsberger in the Austrian Bundesliga. He's a good young player, but he just barged into the West Bromwich Albion loanee to give England the free kick. And here is McNeil. He could be the player to go to. Eze looks up, right-footed, clips the ball from left to right, but straight onto the head of Bradaric. Bradaric unable to keep the ball for Croatia. They're looking nervous at the moment. Curtis Jones of Liverpool rolls a lovely ball down the line towards Max Aarons, who cuts inside into the penalty area, lifts it into the box, and it's headed away brilliantly by Franjic. But England come again. But there's going to be a card here, and it's a yellow card for a Croatian player. I think it was Vuskovic, who comes through and almost boots Lloyd Kelly in the face. In fact, it was Spikic that's been penalised, and it gives England a chance. It's left of centre this time, and Eberechi Eze standing over it. Well, he caused problems with the last one. Or is it going to be the left foot this time of Dwight McNeil? This is more a right footers, this one, but the last one was more a left footers and the right footer took it. So who am I to call? If it's McNeil, it's going to be something special. It was something special, and it's required the save from Kotarski. What an effort that was from McNeil, with almost no uplift. He's curled it round the wall. That's hit the post. That's how close England have come. I thought the goalkeeper had got a touch. He was nowhere near it. It's hit the outside of the post, and England within inches of finding that priceless second goal. What a chance for Dwight McNeil, and he's hit the post. Meanwhile, at the other end, Croatia have got themselves a free kick. It's a foul by Tanganga, and it's a central position. It's about 25 yards out. And England will feel this is going to be a dangerous moment for them. Croatia have created very little so far. It's going to be a change for the Croatians, first change of the game. And they're going to take off Spikic, who has just received a yellow card. And he's being replaced by the Hajduk split defender, Kalina. That tells you all you need to know. Take off a midfielder. And in fact, it's not. It's going to be Zappa, who is a midfielder. And I think it's a double change. Yes, it is. Babic, a midfielder, comes off. And he is going to be replaced by Colina. So a defender and a midfielder on for a midfielder and a midfielder. So they've gone slightly more negative here, but a goal for Croatia here means that England have got to go and find two. They've got to be careful here, England. Ramsdale lining up his wall. It looks like it's going to be a strike from Bistrovic. He's the main man standing over the ball. Morrow is there as well. But it looks like it's going to be the right foot of Bistrovic, who lines it up, cracks it through the wall. Good save by Ramsdale, gets down to his right-hand side, beats it away, and then it's cleared away by Max Aarons for a throw-in level with the edge of the penalty area on the left-hand side to Croatia. And Portugal now 3-0 up thanks to Concheo. The goal on 65 minutes. It just means that this one will decide who comes second. We don't need to worry about that match anymore. The Swiss 3-0 down. And England know that the destiny is in their own hands. Croatia are on the attack. They're currently second in the group. But here's Eze, brings it away from inside his own penalty area. Tried to dribble it though, and dribbles his way into trouble. Bradaric finding Ivanovic. Ivanovic again to the left of the penalty area. Checks back, and it's a drilled effort from Bistrovic. Turned away by Tanganga, but Croatia still have the ball at the moment with the substitute Zappa. First touch for him. It's checked back to Franjic. Over on the left-hand side, Bradaric helps it down the line. Bistrovic hoisted high in towards the edge of the penalty area. Vasinga with the flick, but it's claimed nicely at the edge of the penalty area by Ramsdale, and he quickly bowls it out to McNeil down the left-hand side for Burnley. McNeil 15 yards inside Croatian territory, checks back left-hand side, and now Kelly, the Bournemouth man. They work it along the back for England. Wilmot of Watford, Tanganga of Tottenham on his birthday, 22 today, Tanganga. Back to Wilmot again, and then McNeil works it nicely down the line. A low ball into the penalty area by Lloyd Kelly, trying to find the Arsenal man Nketiah, but Croatia have enough bodies back there to clear through Franjic. Long ball over the top. It's a nothing ball over the top, and it will run straight through to Ramsdale, the Sheffield United goalkeeper, who looks to the right and brings in Japhet Tanganga. Tanganga, 22 today, to Aarons. Aarons darting forward, trying to get the better of Ivanovic, who stuck with him like glue every inch of the way. Good defending from him. Now Tanganga cushions the ball forward. Good interception by Vasinga to stop the ball, making it to Eze. Vasinga again tucks it inside neatly to Bistrovic. Bistrovic now in a more central position. Out wide is Zverko. Into the penalty area, and Vasinga. Vasinga back to Zverko. Zverko's long run forward has ended up with a low cross, but only England players inside that 6-yard box. Long ball forward, just too high for Nketiah. Presents it back to Croatia, who've seen a lot of the ball in the last 5 minutes or so. That's a foul from behind by Skip, and a free kick just inside the England half to the Croatians, who trail here by a 1-0. But as I said earlier, 1-0 will be enough for the Croats to progress. It could have been 1-1. Bistrovic's free kick through the wall. A good save by Ramsdale, got down to his right to beat it away. Portugal winning 3-0 in the other match. It's all down to this one. If England score, England go through. If it stays as it is, Croatia go through. If Croatia score, well, it's game over, and the Croats will profit. So it's on a knife edge here. Eddie Boothroyd would have felt if he could have got to the three-quarter point of this game with it on a knife edge, it's where he wants it to be, and it's where he wants it to be. But can England find something from somewhere? They've got the Sessegnon brothers, they've got Viduka of PSV on the bench, Ryan Brewster, Todd Cantwell. There aren't too many defensive options, really. Ryan Sessegnon and Steven Sessegnon going to play at the back. That's just about it. That's all that's available to them today. England stretched to the limit. If you can get out of this group against all odds, it would be a fantastic achievement that very few people predicted before tonight. Croatia 0, England 1, 69 on the clock. Jones wins a free kick. He was caught from behind by Domagoj Bradaric of Lille. The Liverpool man wins a free kick, which England will take just inside their own half. 21 minutes to go. There is time for England, but they will feel as the game goes on, the urgency will increase. Tanganga hoists it up in the air. It's won by Nketiah, helped on by Eze. Eze to Gallagher. Gallagher helps it wide to the fullback Kelly. McNeil tries to cross. Beaten away though, and now a chance for Zverko to break forward. Gallagher won it back. Well, it looked like it might have been a foul, but no. Gallagher now looks to the left of McNeil. McNeil takes a touch. Can he get the cross in? It's usually very dependable when on the left-hand side. McNeil's crosses, and this one is deflected and it's spun over the line for a corner to England. England 1, Croatia 0. England corner. Eze goes across to take it. In the UEFA Under-21 Championship, Group D, a group that Portugal will top with maximum points, but can England finish second? In comes the cross. Goalkeeper punches from underneath his own crossbar, Katarski, and then Skip goes in for the header, but it's gone backwards and there's a chance of a breakaway. It's 2 against 1 for Croatia. This is Ivanisevic. What a pass that is, and then the shot one-on-one with a goalkeeper was put wide by Nicola Moro. It wasn't the best of angles, but he decided to take it first time and he mishit it and pulled it across Ramsdale's goal. But England were very quickly opened up there. They've got to try and take chances, England, in search of that second goal. But Croatia know that that was very close. Nketiah is coming off for England. Todd Cantwell is coming on. It's going to be a double change as Ryan Brewster is on as well. The armband is being given to Skip. Nketiah is off and Gallagher is the other player to be replaced. So Cantwell of Norwich City comes in like for like, and Brewster comes in like for like for Nketiah and Gallagher. A little bit of freshness from England. Here is a first touch for Todd Cantwell. Scored plenty of goals for Norwich City in the Premier League last season when they were relegated. A big part of their setup as well this season as they look to return back. They're running away with the Championship. Looks like they'll be back in the Premier League next season. Miro Muheim has just been sent off for the Swiss under-21s. What chance they did have of turning over that 3-0 deficit against the Portuguese has just been completely extinguished because he's been sent off and the Swiss are down to 10 men. England are giving away a free kick here. Oliver Skip with the foul on Luka Ivanisevic. And it's a Croatia free kick just inside the England half on the left-hand side, taken quickly by their captain Moro. Tried to flick it down the line, did Colina, but only succeeded in flicking it out for a throw-in, which England take quickly. Aarons back inside to Skip. And now England will try and burst down the left-hand side. It's a good run forward by Lloyd Kelly, but not a good ball forward to him from Cantwell. Cantwell wins it back though. Up in the air it goes. Only for Kalina to win the loose ball for Croatia. It's tucked back by Cantwell to Ben Wilmot. He's had an excellent game in the heart of the England defence alongside the birthday boy Tanganga, who's on the ball at the moment. Back into Wilmot again. Wilmot 10 yards from the halfway line inside his own half. Exchanges passes with the Bournemouth fullback Lloyd Kelly, who's getting regular football in the Championship for Bournemouth this season. Eze, good touch by him to find Max Aarons. Aarons down the line it goes. Here's Brewster, level with the edge of the penalty area, right hand side, tries to get the cross in, it's beaten away. Second ball in, what a chance this is for England. It's McNeil, tucks it back, low drive, England score! It's 2-0! It's Curtis Jones! It's a massive goal with 17 minutes to go, and England have got their second goal. Well, they've been knocking on the door, and they've had the best chances in this second half, and they've bided their time. And the fresh legs of Ryan Brewster created it down the right-hand side. A player that hasn't really shone since his move to Sheffield United. But his pullback was all important. He went to cross in first time. It was beaten away, but it came straight back to him. And it was a ferocious low drive. It was taken nicely by Dwight McNeil, who just prodded it back very carefully. And driving through the legs of the defender Vuskovic and into the corner, Adi Bouffray is leaping up and down, skipping a dance in his technical area below us, and England are now 2 goals to the good, and they will, against all odds, qualify if they can just keep a clean sheet here in the last 16 minutes. It's all about game management. It's all about these 2 defenders at the back me for England. Tanganga and Wilmot have been largely excellent, especially Wilmot. Been very impressed with him today. Tanganga gave the ball away needlessly in the first half once. That aside, I think he's been good. England are up to second with that -1 goal difference, but with the 3 points that they've got, the all-important thing is they've got a better goal difference than both Switzerland and Croatia. Switzerland will finish bottom of the group with -3. Wow, that's the hard way of getting out the group if England manage this. But Adi Boothroyd, in the last 24 hours in the media, has taken more than his fair share of stick. But Curtis Jones, the Liverpool man, has rifled through the crowd to give England hope here. There's a change for the Croatians. Bistrovic is coming off, and he is going to be replaced by Maja. Lovro Maja, who plays for Dinamo Zagreb, scored 5 times in his 17 appearances before today for Croatia under-21. How much they need a goal from him. If Croatia score, by the way, they go through. Now the emphasis is on Croatia to try and score. They have to change the dynamic and throw the game at England. If England can get a third here, then it's game over. Ball forward by Lloyd Kelly, who's almost as a wing-back at the moment. It needs to be prompted to just err on the side of caution. Ben Wilmot takes the sting out of the situation, slows things down and edges it to his right, and Tanganga, long hoist forward from him, straight onto the head of the tall Franjic. Wins the ball in the air. Referee has spotted something. It's an England player down, and that player is with a nosebleed, by the way. Curtis Jones. He's pinching the bridge of his nose. And quickly out on the physio team. Painful block up the nostril. Looks like a cigarette butt type of blockage system that they use in the likes of football and rugby to stop the flow of blood. It's a small sacrifice for the Liverpool man Curtis Jones, who could be the hero here. They are less than 15 minutes away from victory, England. Well, that blockage hasn't done an awful lot of good. There's still blood dripping out of Curtis Jones's nose. In fact, I'd call it more of a pour than a drip. It's on his shirt as well, and the white England shirt with a couple of blotches of red blood. He's going to need a change of shirt, and I think they're going to need to stem the flow of blood here, England. And in the meantime, it's going to be a drop ball in the centre circle from the referee, Harm Osmers of Germany. Croatia 0, England 2. That first half penalty from Eberici Eze, very confidently dispatched after a foul on Nketiah. And in the second goal, coming courtesy of Curtis Jones just a few moments ago, England are in the driving seat, but there's still work to be done. There's still a little bit of drama to unfold here in Koper. Croatia need to show some urgency, and they're doing that at the moment, bringing the ball out from the back with Fuskovic, who checks back to Bradaric. Bradaric looks up, sends a long hoist forward to the left-hand side. It's a cushion header from Ivanusic. Now Bradaric again. It goes infield for Zinga. Crossed by Zverko. Zverko continues his run on the right-hand side. It's still in the midfield for Croatia, trying to get a shot away Morrow, but instead he goes to Ivanusic. Here's Ivanusic back inside to Bradaric, who gets into the penalty area. It came off of Tanganga. It's a corner to Croatia. 78.5 minutes gone. Croatia 0, England 2. England doing all they can to try and qualify. They're in the driving seat, but they've still got some defending to do. Lovro Maja is going to take this corner. Everyone back for England. Pleased to say Jones is back on the pitch as well. They've patched him up. A deep delivery, finding the head of Colina. Colina went for the same ball as Franjic. They got in one another's way, and it was an easy gather. It was going wide anyway. Aaron Ramsdale will just calm things down here. The Sheffield United goalkeeper bounces the ball a couple of times, shuffles away to the right-hand side of his penalty area, puts the ball onto his right foot, and with 11 minutes to go, clears 3/4 of the length of the pitch into the midriff of his Sheffield United teammate Ryan Brewster. Goes to ground, no foul given. Croatia have it back onto the left-hand side, and Bradaric, they're certainly showing some signs of urgency now. Ivanusic Back inside once again to Bradaric, sending it wide to Ivanisevic, but he can't catch it, and it dribbles away and out for a corner to England. Sorry, a goal kick to England, I beg your pardon. And they can just breathe a huge sigh of relief. We're 10 seconds away from the last 10 minutes. Croatia 0, England 2. England currently in second place in Group D. That was inconceivable at the start of play. An England victory paired by Switzerland losing to Portugal. Switzerland are down to 10 men and they're 3-0 down. Put that one to one side. That's done. England 2-0 up here. But they've got an injury at the moment. Brewster is down with what looks like an ankle injury. And that all came about when he was wrestled to the ground. Looking at the replay, that should have been a free kick. It was play on. Frandic wraps his arm around and drags him to the ground. And as he does so, he just seems to knock his ankle. And yeah, should have been a free kick. Instead, it's just an injury. England feel as if they've got the raw deal. Brewster is okay. It's just a slight knock. It's more a muscle injury at the back of his leg. Eddie Boothroyd looking on anxiously. He's used two of his subs, Todd Cantwell, Ryan Brewster. He's only got 3 more outfield subs he can call upon. Medjuke would be the obvious solution if Brewster was unable to continue, or one of the Sassignon brothers. Ryan could in theory play up top and has done on 1 or 2 occasions before for his parent club Fulham. He's on loan at the moment from Tottenham Hotspur to Hoffenheim. So his parent club, his old club I should say. His parent club is Tottenham Hotspur. Here come England. Dwight McNeil nearly went to ground but manages to keep his feet. Clips it down the line. It hits a Croatia player. I think that player was Zappa. Goes out for an England throw, who are in no hurry to take. 81.5 minutes gone here in the SRC Bonifica Stadium in Koper. It's England 2, Croatia 0. And England has some defending to do if Croatia can get the ball forward. They do, but only as far as Tanganga, who snaps into the challenge, forces it forward, only as far as a Croatian player. That player was Kalina. In fact, it was Zappa, but Zappa's given it away. It's calmed down, and Cantwell off of the pass from Eze. Here's Eze again, rolls it down the line, but there's no one there. McNeil didn't make the run. He didn't expect the pass. He now does make the run to close the defender Vuskovic, who clears up towards the halfway line. Tanganga helps it forward. Cantwell, and then Skip, who's had a solid, if unspectacular, game in the holding midfield role for England. He's done very well. One of the few survivors from the defeat at the weekend against Portugal. Portugal will win this group 9 points out of 9. England at the moment are going to creep through with 3 points in second, courtesy of a better goal difference than both Croatia and Switzerland. But Croatia can change all of that with 1 goal. That's all they need. Ivanisevic. It's held back by Maya. And then Frandic. Vuskovic of Hajduk Split can't find a way forward. And so he goes back to Katarski, but Croatia want the ball forward. 7 minutes to go. They trail by 2-1. 2-1, and they go through. Here's Cantwell for England. Good skills by him. Tries to weave in between a triangle of 3 in Croatia colours. Croatia, though, have the ball back. It's gone all the way back to Frandic. He rolls it into the path of Kalina. Kalina to Moro. Moro then finding Maya. Zappa. Zappa turns it round the corner for Moro. Moro goes wide to Sverko. Sverko, the fullback, playing as a winger at the moment. They're having to gamble here, Croatia. It's their turn to chase the game. Long ball into the box. It's a good centre from Ivasevic, but cleared away by Tanganga. England trying to cause problems on the counter-attack. A brave header by Curtis Jones, who's already got a nosebleed, and then went in again there. Could have got another clout quite easily from a high boot. That high boot was a high boot from Frandic, which leads to an England free kick and a chance for them to just kill possession in the centre circle just inside their own half, and of course kill a few more seconds. We're into the last 6 minutes here in Slovenia. Croatia 0, England 2. If you're just joining us, I can tell you that Switzerland 3-0 down to the group leaders Portugal. England are going through if they could just hold on. 6 minutes to go, 5.5 minutes to go. Tanganga's shown a yellow card for taking his time over this free kick. It's not the only card that Tanganga will get today. It's his 22nd birthday. He's got a host of birthday cards back in the hotel, I'm sure. But that one will not bother him at all if England can hold out here. Tanganga's free kick placed forward. Brewster in an offside position. Free kick to Croatia. The goalkeeper, Dominik Kotarski, is in a hurry to take it. But there's going to be a double change for Croatia. Visinga's gone off and Dikovic has come on, like for like. And Zverko, the fullback, has come off. And just seeing who it is that's come on, it's another forward, Musa. So Muka and Divkovic on, two strikers for a fullback and a striker. England, in the meantime, have decided that the best form of defence is attack. And that's exactly what they're doing at the moment. It's been cleared away by Franjic, up towards the halfway line. In goes Cantwell, and he wins a free kick for a frustration type of foul by Maya. Just went clattering into Cantwell, and England will take their time with these free kicks. 4 minutes to go, plus injury time. It's been a pulsating game in which England had to win by 2 clear goals. Croatia, once they went 2-0 down, had to then find a way to inject some enthusiasm and urgency. They've done that. They're trying to chase the game, but England at the moment are on the attack. Cantwell and Jones between them, trying to keep the ball down the right-hand side in the corner. But it's been a breakaway here for Croatia. It's sent forward by Ivanusic. Had he have looked, he would have found that there's no one on the left-hand side on the overlap, and it's a wasted ball. Tanganga. Now Aarons, who's had a good game in the full-back position. Hoisted forward by Cantwell. He takes a knock, and that's going to be a yellow card for Zappa. Yellow cards piling up now. That's the 6th. 3-3 in terms of cautions. The Osijek player on as a sub is given the yellow for a foul on another substitute, Todd Cantwell. England looking to try and run the clock down. We're into the last 3 minutes. England so close now. Header away from Franjic. It's helped on by Ivanusic. Long ball forward, only as far as the brilliant Ben Wilmot. That header must have been fully 40 yards towards the edge of the penalty area. Down goes Eze. No foul, says the referee. Eze stays down with a head injury. Croatia are not going to stop. They need to get forward and get forward quickly, and that's exactly what they're doing with Zappa. Zappa cuts in field from the right-hand side and feeds it into the feet of Divkovic. Divkovic out wide to Bradaric. The fullback is almost playing as a winger at the moment. He's got Ivanusic alongside him. He tries to thread the ball through. It's too powerful for Divkovic, and it runs away for an England goal kick, and a huge sigh of relief from the England bench down below us. There was an obvious, blatant elbow in the face of Eberechi Eze by Vuskovic that went unnoticed from the referee. In fairness, I don't think it's a red card one, but it was a blatant one where he stuck his elbow in the air. Dwight McNeil is just about to make way for the final few moments, and it's going to be Steven Sessegnon to come on in his place. Dwight McNeil hitting the post with a audacious free kick before teeing up Curtis Jones for the England second, which means England are, as things stand, going through. He trots off slowly as he can. McNeil to be replaced by the Fulham man on loan at Bristol City, Steven Sessegnon. England will finish second. Portugal will win the group on maximum points with a +6 goal difference. 3 of them coming tonight against the 10 men of Switzerland, who will finish third. Croatia will finish bottom on a match-up system rather than the goal difference. It's all done by head-to-head. And Switzerland, well, they finished third according to the league table that I'm being presented with. I don't think that's accurate. I think Croatia will actually finish third and Switzerland bottom. I'll ignore the facts that are being presented to me by the powers that be from UEFA. Half a minute to go. Croatia 0, England 2. England have just conceded a free kick, and Skip has picked up a yellow card for the foul. England trying to run down the clock, trying to disrupt Croatia's pattern of play. Croatia free kick on the halfway line. It's going to be taken by Franjic. Plays it short in towards skipper Morrow. Goes wide to Ivanusic. Ivanusic with the right foot. Good delivery in. Excellent header away by Lloyd Kelly. Got in front of the defender there and angled it away. Good header. And Eze will chase. But he's chasing the player that just put an elbow in his face, Vuskovic. Vuskovic got there first and goes back to his goalkeeper, Kotarski. 5 minutes of added time, says the referee, of which we are 30 seconds into that first minute. England still have work to do. Croatia still have time to do something. They come forward again towards the edge of the penalty area with Morrow. Now a chance for a shot. Oh, what a goal! And Croatia have done it. They have found their goal, and it's heartbreak for England. What a strike that was. And it was Domenico Bradaric. He let fly with the left boot from 25 yards, and it soared into the top corner past the beaten Ramsdale. And within 4 minutes of making it through to the knockout stages, it's heartbreak for England, who concede. It's a wonderful, wonderful strike from the number 11, Domagoj Bradaric, into the top corner. And Croatia get their goal. And England, who just needed to hold out, have been undone. Celebrations from Igor Biskam and Ante Tomic and Michael Mukic in the technical area below. Croatia have done it, and they're still celebrating. England have got an injury at the moment, or is it a Croatian injury? The clock continues to tick, and now the pendulum swings back to England, who need to apply the pressure. There are 3 minutes of the 5 added on to go. There will be added for the goal celebrations and the injury. But what a strike that was from Bradaric. And suddenly England sink down the table and Croatia are back in second. What a difference a goal makes. And England staring disaster in the face once again. Here's Brewster. Wide to Aarons. Now the emphasis is on England. Brewster, he goes down. No foul given. Goal kick to Croatia. Brewster's up on his feet and remonstrating with the Croatian captain Nikola Morrow. Referee quickly steps in and intervenes, and I think he might show a yellow here to the frustrated Ryan Brewster. Referee is saying, "Look, stop the clock, I want a word." And Brewster is given a quick ticking off, no more. He felt it was a foul. Looking at the replay, it was a foul. England let down by the official there. Morrow did say something to Brewster, and Brewster reacted. Eddie Boothroyd's side have done ever so well. Injuries and unavailabilities tally up to a full team. But what they've got out there, which is the bare bones, has done ever so well tonight. Tanganga wins the header. Trying to get the ball down the park, England. Eze cuts in between two challengers and then wins a free kick. But England were hoping for a bit of an advantage there. Danish under-21s have scored a late third goal, and now the final whistle has gone in that game. 3-0 Denmark have beaten Russia under-21s. Here is Croatia 1, England 2. England were 2-0 up until the dying embers into injury time. 3 minutes to go, I reckon, by my reckoning. We're just about to go into the fourth and final minute. I reckon there'll be another minute, maybe 2 minutes. It's an England free kick. Eze to launch it forward. Last chance maybe for England. Up towards Skip. Goalkeeper comes out. He punches, and he punches it behind. It's going to be a corner. Or is it? No, the referee has given a free kick to the Croatians. And down goes Vuskovic holding his head. They're just trying to kill time at the moment, Croatia. It's frustration for England. And it looks like the game is up now for the English. The under-21s will have taken a lot of stick and a lot of criticism in the media. But Eddie Bruffoy's side could take credit for their performance tonight. They've made the chances. They went 2-0 up, and it's taken a wonderful strike from Bradaric to plant the ball into the top corner. And Croatia are on the verge of making it through to the final stages. It will be heartbreak for England. The 5 minutes are up. There will be a little extra added on for the goal celebrations and consequent injury here to Vuskovic, and the injury at the other end during the goal celebrations. So I reckon we could get 2 minutes more. It's a goal kick to Croatia, which is going to be taken by their goalkeeper, Katarski. Katarski to launch long downfield, up towards the halfway line and beyond from the big Croatian goalkeeper. One in the air well by Tanganga. It's been helped on by Morrow, the skipper, who's had an influential game in the midfield. The flag is up and the referee blows his whistle, and it's a free kick to England. For a moment there, thought it might have been the final whistle. Referee does pick up the ball, but only to give it to Ramsdale. Ramsdale, through the drop ball, is able to dribble it up to the halfway and knock it long. It's a last chance saloon, quite literally, here for England. The long ball is dealt with brilliantly in the air from Vuskovic, and Ramsdale has to come out of his goal and head away under the pressure of Divkovic. It's out for a throw into England. Have they got time to shunt the ball upfield one more time? 6.5 minutes nearly played now. Referee's looked at his watch. They're still going here, England. Can they get it forward? It's Sessegnon wide on the left, trying to twist and turn. Can he get the cross in? He's crowded out 3-1, and then lofted in by Kelly. It's cleared again. Tanganga squares it to Aarons. Aarons 25 yards out in towards the penalty area. Skip slides it back. Tanganga tries one. Well, that would have been some goal on his birthday, but he's blazed it over the top of the crossbar, and that's probably done it for England. A look at the watch from the referee. A signal from the Croatian bench from Igor Biscan. They want the final whistle. Almost certainly now England are crashing out. This goal kick will probably be the last action, as England bravely bow out of a competition that they have been pretty poor in up until tonight. At least they do take some credit, and they do take 3 points from a match, but it will of course feel like a defeat as the final whistle blows, and a late Croatia goal from Domagoj Bradaric into the top corner has meant that England won't make it through to the knockout stages, despite goals in the first half from the penalty spot from Eberici Eze, and in the second half from the Liverpool man Curtis Jones. It wasn't enough in the end for England, who were down to the bare bones tonight. They nearly made it through, but they didn't quite make it through. Here in the Group D European Under-21 Championship qualifier in Koper, it's finished Croatia 1, England 2, but England bow out of the competition. But at least they do have some respectability from 3 points tonight, but it'll feel like a defeat. A very good evening to you.